Hey everybody, what's up to all you Marvel fans out there? I hope you're having a wonderful day, and let's talk about Doctor Strange, Mom, Multiverse of Madness. Yay! And it's kind of funny, I saw someone tweet that, like, oh, I get it now. Multiverse of Madness, Mom. Makes sense. Funny. But yeah, I kind of love this movie. Sign me up for more Sam Raimi weirdness in our Marvel movies. I hope he gets to direct the next one, or at least a different project in the MCU, because, man, style, lighting, just interesting shots, interesting, like, characters, just visually, it stands out from so many Marvel films, and, like, I mean, uh, the overall vibe of it stands out as different. The tone, like just all kinds of crazy weird stuff happens in this movie, and I love it. It's great. It does have problems, and I'll talk about those here in a second. But those are my overall thoughts. Really enjoyed it. I'm going to get into spoilers because, I mean, everyone knows, everyone's already seen this if you're going to watch this video. So here's your warning for spoilers. All right, let's jump into it. The first thing that I don't really like about this is the revelation of Wanda, aka Scarlet Witch, becoming the main villain. Now, I don't think that it's, I don't think that it's bad necessarily. It's just not what I wanted to happen, right? And so that's like your own fan fiction, your own headcanon of like, well, I really like her. I don't want her to be evil or bad, but I can see why they did what they did with it. The motivation to me is not as strong as it should be because it's not really set up too well. Now, you could argue that you have to see WandaVision to really get where this is going, because I didn't finish all of WandaVision. It's kind of one of the weaker shows to me. I just didn't really like it. I know a lot of people love it and they think it's like the best one because it's like so different and has that style and it goes through like some old sitcom stuff, and that's interesting, but to me it just wasn't, to be honest with you. And that whole kind of plot revolves around her manipulating this whole town and her really wanting to have a family life and all these things, but I didn't finish all of it, and so I'm sure a lot of people that see this didn't even watch that. So her whole turn kind of comes out of nowhere, you know, and I don't like that because I really like Wanda as a character, and I don't want her to be bad or evil or dead now, if she's dead. But and then you know what this movie's missing too, by the way, it's missing this guy. Like, I just wish. I'm so sad that Chris Evans is no longer Captain America and he's no longer in the Marvel Universe, because he did a lot of work with Wanda through Civil War, and, you know, they had this good connection. Like, it's not like a father-daughter type of thing. Maybe a little bit, but really more like a big brother or so kind of vibe between them. And he really would not have wanted her to go down this path. And I feel like I just wanted to see. I was like, oh, this is a Multiverse of Madness. Come on. Chris Evans can show up and talk to her as Captain America, and they can really work something out there. And there's a scene with good old John Krasinski, who plays Reed Richards. Whoa, Fantastic Four, blah. Where this does kind of happen, where it's that kind of character that, you know, would give the speech of like, don't do this, you know, we have families, blah, blah, blah. And then he just gets annihilated, like detangled into spaghetti and stretched apart. And I was like, what in the fuck? It's pretty awesome. And that was one of the best scenes of the entire movie, is when she just invincibles all of them, you know, like fucking murders all the superheroes. Dope as fuck. And I'm so glad they can do this in Marvel movies now. It's pretty dark. This is the darkest Marvel movie. To be honest with you, Eternals had its dark moments and everything, and it was more like a serious type of movie. And this one was more dark and violent, but in that fun way, you know, in that Sam Raimi way, which is just, oh, chef's kiss. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, the problems though, you know, like the story, and it's very all over the place, kind of like there's not a narrative flow really, or a I don't know what you would say, like a normal story beat by beat, how it follows. Like I guess you, if you break it down, there probably is, but to me, it just kind of felt like we're going here, we're doing this, we're going there, we're doing this, and it's kind of like it's kind of madness, but that works. It's kind of in the title, but I would have liked to have a little bit more structure. And not going bouncing around everywhere as much as we did. But we did have our main MacGuffins. We wanted to find this holy book or whatever. The I've been thinking about it a lot. What's it called? Devil's Hold, Darkhold. That's what it is. The Darkhold is a big plot element, and yeah. So we have all the pieces there, and we have the motivation for Wanda. We have the motivation and characterization of Doctor Strange, and their plots are kind of mirrored in that, he's not happy. He wants to be with Christine, but he blipped away, and he's kind of conflicted about like, well, did I do what was right? Oh my god, dog's barking. But did I do what was right with Thanos, and how everything's played out? And she feels the same way, Wanda, but she's dipped over into the deep end, off the deep end, where she's going to different universes in other people's bodies, other versions of herself's bodies, and fucking up and trying to get this girl, who I thought was Miss Marvel, because there's a Miss Marvel show coming out, and it looks like the same girl, but I kind of looked into it, I don't think it's the same girl. So it's very confusing. So she's just a brand new character completely, who can jump through universes, which is cool. I don't see how that happened. Like, what's her origin story? We kind of see her as a baby, and it just kind of happens. So, not really a baby. She's like a toddler, but whatever. It happens, and I don't know how. It doesn't matter. I guess it's how the story is. The story. It's how we get the story. But yeah, so there's me talking about it a little bit. I had lots of fun with it. I think the acting was great from Benedict Cumberbatch and from a lot of other people. Wong, Rachel McAdams, I thought did really well. John Krasinski, when he showed up, I can't take him seriously. I hope that they go a different way with him as an actor, like the actor choice. He would be fine, but I just see Jim Halpert, and when he talks, I just hear Jim talking, and I can't take it serious at all, and it's sad, but I'm sorry, that's just the truth, John. I think you were bad. I didn't buy you when you were talking. Like, he appears and he says, "Hello, Steven," and I'm like, oh god. But cast someone else, please. We need a more nerdy guy. You cast a white. I could probably buy that. Have a I forget his goddamn name, but Rainn Wilson. Cast Rainn Wilson. That'd be funny. Be better than John Krasinski. And also Wanda, Scarlet Witch, Elizabeth Olsen. I thought she was bad. I think that it's just a little bit off the mark, because I know that Sam Raimi directs actors in a good way, and he can get good performances out of them. But also, he directed Spider-Man 3, and we have Topher Grace in there, who's just completely out of place. And I think Wanda is not meant to be, and Elizabeth Olsen, she's not the actress to pull off a villain role. Like, she's good as an anti-hero, or who has some inner conflict, because she was fine, except for the accent in Civil War and Ultron. That's what I was trying to think of. Ultron, she has the accent and it's bad, but she's kind of an anti-hero, bad guy, and I buy her in that movie as that. But in this movie, as just a straight up evil villain, she comes off a little bit too comical, a little lip quivering. She's so mad, and but she does good in the more silent parts where she has to cry or emote with the children and everything. She does good there because she's a good actress. But having to be like, I'm an evil witch, and I'm so mad, and I will kill you all. Don't push me, or whatever. You've only seen one fraction of my power. I was like, you're not selling me on this. And those are my biggest complaints. It all has to do with Wanda. My biggest complaints. She just doesn't pull. She just does not work all the way through, and it could be a lot of the part because that's not what I wanted to see. I wanted her to help Doctor Strange and figure out what's going on with the multiverse and getting the multiverse back together. But this is not that plot. The plot's not that. It's a different plot than what I thought. I'm Dr. Seuss all of a sudden. But yeah, so I can't fault it for that much. I really enjoyed it. This is one of the more enjoyable Marvel movies. It's going to go on my top tier. And guess what? I'm having a tier list, baby. And it's coming out like right after this video. So if you're seeing this now, you'll probably be able to find that video in the next little bit, or it's already up. So hell yeah, because we're gonna rank the movies, and some of them will surprise you. So you'll see where this movie goes on the list if you check that out. I'm gonna give this like an 8 out of 10, and it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to rewatch it and just revel in the Sam Raimi weirdness and watch some more music note fights with the soundtrack like echoing what's happening on screen. That was awesome. Some more zombie Doctor Strange, that was great. Some more death and destruction. Seeing Professor X was really cool. Seeing him get his neck snapped was also really cool. In a sick way, but yeah, and Peggy Carter gets cut in half with the shield. That's pretty fucking brutal, guys. But awesome. I can't believe that they got away with the PG-13 on this. And especially, this is a goddamn Disney movie where they're murdering their own heroes. Like, whoa. Pretty cool. And one last thing, I was one of those people I'm a little disappointed that there's not as many cameos. Like, there's lots of rumors about Deadpool, Wolverine, Tony Stark, Iron Man, but as played by Tom Cruise, I heard that, and I was like, man, that would be so awesome. And so there's not as many cameos like that. It's not a Rolodex of all the heroes, and you just see them, and it's not that. Sadly, I would have liked to see some of that, but what we did get, I'm very happy with. So I can't. You don't put me in that group of people that was disappointed because all the cameos didn't show up. Don't do that to me. I'm happy with what I got. All right. Whew. And the music was great. Danny Elfman killed it. Liked the music a lot. I really just, I want to rewatch this. Now that I know what to expect, maybe I'll like it more on the second viewing. And who knows? I have time. Maybe when I go on vacation in another week or two. But yeah. All right. That's it. I've talked long enough, rambled long enough. Thanks for checking this out. And like, subscribe, comment, please. Bye-bye.